Okay, we're back. So the final trilogy of Star Wars films. We have welcome Gil Ozeri, our special guest for the next.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So the final. Hello, Gil.
Gil, do you have a stream up, or does someone have one of their streams up?
Oh, wait. Let me see.
Gil Ozeri, our special guest.
Is that working? Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That's better.
So I guess we should go ahead and start The Force Awakens as soon as possible.
Yes.
All right. Are we all up and ready to go?
Yeah, I'm
Ready
ready.
to go,
I'm
baby.
ready.
Okay, we're gonna go in 1, 2, 3.
All right. Just goes right to the Lucasfilm logo. No 20th Century Fox, because these are the Disney era. Long time ago, galaxy far, far away. So far, this is perfect.
Great opening. The best way for a movie to begin.
Yeah. Star Wars. That checks out. Gil, have you seen these films before?
I have seen. This is yeah, I have. I've seen them. I haven't seen this one in a few years, but I saw this one.
Yeah.
The Mouse Trilogy, we called them, because these ones are made by the mouse.
Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Luke Skywalker has vanished. In his absence, the sinister First Order has risen from the ashes of the Empire and will not rest until Skywalker, the last Jedi, has been destroyed. It's a call forward. With the support of the Republic, General Leia Organa leads a brave resistance. She is desperate to find her brother Luke and gain his help in restoring peace and justice to the galaxy.
You having a harder
Leia
time?
has sent her most daring pilot on a secret mission to Jakku, where an old ally has discovered a clue to Luke's whereabouts. ... Okay. All right.
Wow.
This was
and
hard for me.
George, let me say up top.
Watch. Yeah.
Right now, we're at 72,483 on the GoFundMe, everybody.
3 movies left to go, bordering on 73,000.
We're close.
Very close. That's a lot of money.
Now, Gil, has anyone explained to you our stretch goal?
No. Can I would love to know.
Yes. So, if we hit 75,000 before this trilogy is over,
Okay.
at the end of Rise of Skywalker, then we have no choice but to reconvene here in 2 weeks and do a 40-hour live stream of every episode of Arliss. We have no choice. Our hands are tied.
I hate that.
You have to do that.
Now, at 80,000, we no longer have to do it. It's back off the table. But anywhere between 75 and 80, we gotta do it. We must. Our hands are tied.
Oh man, I really hope it falls in that window. I kind of want to watch a 40-hour live stream of Arliss.
You could join. You missed it. Wool was here earlier. Bobby Wool himself came in and joined the stream.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
The real Robert Wool. He shared some good stories about Nicholson.
From Batman.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. What was his character's name in that movie?
Knox.
Alexander Knox.
Alexander Knox. That's right.
This first line was a burn on me. This will begin to make things right.
Yeah.
That was trying to burn the prequels.
George, do you want to say some
that.
words about Max von Sydow?
What? Oh, he passed away recently.
Yeah.
Was that what you wanted?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you want to say anything else.
I mean, I didn't make this movie, so it's not like
You never met him?
How do you feel about these movies, George?
This one was hard, and I haven't watched it in a while because I wanted to make the next Star Wars trilogy about the little tiny things that you can't even see called the wills. They're these little invisible microbiological things that control the living organisms. It's sort of the Force operating them. And I didn't want to really use any of these characters, the classic characters. I wanted to make something really new. And that's not the way they wanted to go. And so I feel like this is a kind of movie that I've already made before. So, now I'm going to try to watch it and look for what's fun. I like I like how fast he's running. I like that little droid. This is exciting. I'm going to try to look at the positive side of it. It does look like a Star Wars movie. It feels like a Star Wars movie. It's a cute droid.
Now,
I
George,
like these stormtroopers.
George, you had said at the time that watching this movie was like seeing your divorced partner remarried with their new family, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Seeing their holiday photos, their vacation photos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seeing them.
This is. I'm looking at the. Yeah, they're playing with my toys. You know what I mean?
Sure. Is it like
I sold them.
I sold them. It's like walking in on your wife having sex with someone else, or?
I mean, George has done that.
That feels different. That feels different.
Describe that feeling for us. I'd love to hear.
That's more like they made a stained glass window for the entrance to Skywalker Ranch, and you just keep it there.
Do you know about this? Do you know about this?
Mm-mm.
George Lucas was building Skywalker Ranch. He hired the man to make a big stained glass piece.
Okay.
And that man slept with George Lucas's wife.
Oh, wow.
Left him for the stained glass artist. And George kept the piece and still has to see it every day of his life at his home.
Oh, my God. Why'd you keep it?
Never forget. Never forget.
Never forget.
Never forget.
Never forget.
Never forget.
It's not the stained glass. It's not the stained glass's fault. Don't blame the art. Blame the artist.
Gotta separate the art from the artist.
You have to.
You must.
Gil, did you enjoy this when you saw it? You saw it in the theater?
I was actually at the premiere of this movie.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was a very fun experience to be in a room next to you.
Yeah, that was a fun night. Despite everything, it was difficult for me, but it's nice to have a Star Wars party.
Gil, we saw the after. What was it? Cologne?
Like a BB-8 cologne.
Oh, did Ben show it to you?
Yeah.
Ben showed us that.
Yeah. I kept texting. I texted him
that night.
A few months, saying, if you want to be him, you must smell like him.
Yeah.
And he didn't. Did he tell you that part?
Yeah. So really.
Yes. He was really, really happy telling the story of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not funny to anybody but us. But
no,
I finally brought it.
No, it was infectious. It was infectious.
Yes, it was an infectious story. At
George,
this point, we don't really know how we
show Gil what you had to show Ben.
Oh, yes. Show him, George.
Oh, my God. Wow, you're pretty good at that. It's surprising to me that you would have a BB-8 blow-up doll at your house.
I got it because I blew it up in front of Ben, and he kept telling me to stop. Everyone kept yelling at me.
I'm going to have Bryson pull it up.
Yeah.
Everyone kept yelling at me to stop inflating the BB-8, but I thought since he was one of the noise voicers for BB-8, that he was the one who came up with like the meaningful.
They're actually called noise. Yeah.
Well, no, it was weird what he is because he was more like I did dialogue for what the noises would mean or whatever. I'd improvise dialogue for the
Yeah.
So I thought, when Ben comes onto the live stream, I'll blow up this BB-8 sort of in his honor. And then all he did was yell at me for trying to blow it up. And the reason I got it was I saw it and I thought it would be good for our Star Wars Day show at the theater when we were still going to do it at the UCB Hell's Kitchen. I thought I would blow it up and I'd throw it out in the audience and the audience could throw it around through the whole show like a beach ball. But we can't do that kind of thing anymore. It's not safe.
No, it's not safe at all.
Because people would get COVID all over it, and then they would just use the BB.
From the beach ball.
That's what it
Oh
looked
wow,
like.
look at that.
Yeah, that's what he
That
looks
photo
like.
looks.
You don't look good in that.
The photo looks so obscene.
It was, I mean, as much merchandising as Star Wars does, I could not believe that they had a cologne dedicated to BB-8. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, because honestly, you never really. I know that as much as I've given thought to the characters, it's never occurred to me that any of the droids have an aroma.
But yeah, I wouldn't even know what that would smell, what BB-8 would smell like. Just, I guess, like metal. And
Metal
gas.
or some sort of plastic sheen, maybe, or
Uh-huh.
coating. Like, I don't think the stormtrooper uniforms. I mean, that one smells like blood and mud. I guess I don't know if you get it dirty, but
when you controlled the licensing for Star Wars,
yeah,
did you say yes to everything? What did you say? Was there anything you said no to? Oh, everything.
Nope, not one thing. I said yes to everything because the thing is, when you're selling the license, they're assuming the risk. So if someone says, "I want to do dental floss with Chewbacca on the package," I don't care if they sell a ton of dental floss or not. I'm getting the money for the license, you know.
Uh-huh.
So it's almost unless we're specifically making and selling the merchandise, which is the case in some instances. If we're just selling the right to brand things, it's sort of win-win for us. There's no risk, which is why Disney does it, obviously, because in a lot of cases, the people making the products, it's up to them whether they sell enough copies, you know.
George, what do you think about Rey?
What do I think about Rey?
Yeah.
There's a little creepiness in Watto's voice right now.
What?
Watto, what do you? I don't know. I can't tell.
I'm a Toydarian asking a retired filmmaker. What do you think about Rey, Georgie? What you think about George?
I think she's pretty brave. I think she's pretty tough. I think she's a hero. I like those goggles.
Is she a true friend, George? Is she?
Well, I don't know what that means.
Well, yeah, what does that mean, true
Watto,
Watto,
this is not a good side of you.
Could you call her up in the middle of the night and say, "Hey, can you do me a favor? I can't find my phone. Can you call it?" And then she'll say, "How are you calling me?" And you say, "I borrowed someone else's phone." And you go, "It's the middle of the night. Whose phone do you borrow? You don't have roommates and you're single." And you go, "I went out to the bodega." And I said, "Bodega? It's COVID. Don't you know? Stay home. Don't go to a bodega to borrow a phone. You are infecting others. This is selfish."
This is such a specific example, Watto.
In my opinion, yes, she would do that.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say.
Now look at this vulture. That vulture. That's pretty.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh wow, that's very much like our planet.
Right.
Gil, we watched some Ewok movies earlier, and they had owls, and they had snakes, and they had horses, and it was just they didn't care.
They didn't care.
They didn't care. No space stuff.
Yeah. They also had humans
George, come on.
and trees.
George.
What are they cleaning here?
George, you're going really in and out of. It seems like you're hitting the fourth wave and that it's crashing, and then it seems like it's back.
You're falling asleep there, George. You're falling asleep because it's not your movie.
Yeah.
I might. There's a chance because, I'm not as invested because it's not, they're not playing by my rules anymore, or they're going out of their way to make things physically real. Just when I made it so that nothing ever had to be physical again, they make everything physical.
But George, look at the desert. Look at the sun. Does this not remind you of your own story a long time ago, galaxy far, far away?
I guess. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Here's the question.
Yeah.
You make this thing. Everyone loves it, right? People go,
right.
George, you're the bee's knees.
Yeah.
They go, make more. You're like, I don't know. They're like, please make more. You're like, okay. You make some more. People are like, even better. Please never stop it coming. You take a long break. You come back. People are like, thank God. You give it to them, and they go, fuck you. Go to hell. Go suck a lemon, George. We don't want to see you around here. We don't like your kind. So you go, fair enough. Fair enough. Hands off. I give it back to you. Now, I understand that hurts. But to watch a movie like this where you see, oh, the people who are making this movie cared so much about what you made. They internalized it so deeply. It left such an imprint on their lives. Does that not touch you in some way?
Absolutely. I like this. I like her scavenging around. I like that that fell down.
You really retained a big portion of that question.
Absolutely. I'm pretty satisfied with that.
Your response to how do you feel about people like obsessed with you and making movies with, I really like that at on the ground.
And the helmet. He likes the helmet.
No, it's good. I mean, like, I like that kind of detail that they're like, let's have her sit by the foot of that that fell down. I understand that that's a compliment, you know,
Can
that
I
they're
ask
like,
you a question, George?
When absolutely.
When I've done these sort of like marathon things, I was warned about something called micro naps, where I would close my eyes for a second or like you sort of nap for 1 or 2 seconds at a time. Have you felt that at all? Like that you're
I can feel the danger of that, but I don't think I've had a micro nap yet.
And what about irritability? Because that was another thing.
Yeah,
Are you getting angry?
Yeah, I definitely am times I'm getting angry. I've snapped at a few people.
He's been a little CRANKY.
Oh.
Wow. You realize I know how to spell.
George.
What did he spell, George? What did he spell?
What did I spell, George?
Cranky.
Okay, he got it.
Well, fair enough. Fair dues.
What do you have to drink? Gil? What's your beverage?
I got some tea.
That's nice.
Drinking a little tea so I can stay up all night peeing.
What's it say? Blug?
It says Bluggy.
Okay.
It's a mug and blood together.
Nice.
Bluggy.
Great.
Ooh. Now that's Poe Dameron and Kylo Ren.
Think of Oscar Isaac's character in this?
He's good. I think he's a good actor. I think all the actors in this are really good. That just wasn't a priority for me. You know,
A good actor.
Really doing a good. Yeah, I don't think you need it. It's fine to have it, but I never prioritize it. I think it's okay to get good actors, but I don't think it matters if they do good acting.
What's number 1, 2, and 3? Making a good movie.
Of what?
Of like what makes a good movie? The ingredients.
For me, the ingredients. Well, you've got to have a great story. You've got to have total control, and you've got to do it in every piece of it. Ideally, is you just do a separate. You do it all as pieces, and then you put it all together. So like these scenes, they're doing everything all at once. I would rather spend one day with BB-8 and just film him rolling around in a green screen room, and then spend another day filming the room he's in, and then, you know, like they're doing this outside with the real sky, and you know, it's too much. All this stuff's happening at the same time. I don't like that. I'd rather.
Well, you have no control either.
Yeah, I want to control every piece of it.
Where does that impulse come from?
I think because early on when I was making films, when I made American Graffiti, they tried to not release it. The studio, one of the guys at the studio didn't like it, and he tried to get it not released. He was going to sell it to TV instead of releasing it in theaters. And so I sort of decided I don't want to let anybody be in control of me anymore. I want to be in control. And so I did everything I could after Star Wars was a hit to build myself my own company where I could call the shots. So by the time I was making the prequels, I was the only one. I didn't have to answer to anybody. I could make the film exactly the way I wanted. And then really when I sold it, I had total control until I sold it to Disney. And then I thought I was going to have a little bit of influence. But as it turns out, I don't have any control. So I went from having no control to total control back to no control. And I would rather have control. It's hard not to have control creatively.
Hey guys, we're less than $300 away from 73,000 on the GoFundMe.
Whoa.
Okay, we're getting close.
Right.
73. Come on, folks.
We're so close to Arliss.
We're so close to Arli. And this is a fun thing we get to do, Gil, when we hit a new benchmark.
Uh-huh.
The names of some of the donors, we turn them into Star Wars names.
Oh, I love that.
With the backstory on their characters.
Oh, love that. Watto, did I see you smoking a cigarette before? Was that a cigarette?
You know, it's been a long night and a long day and a long morning, and I was thinking about trying out Death Sticks. It felt like maybe the first time to dabble in Death Sticks. But I'm on the fence. I don't know. I don't know if I need another vice in my life.
What other vices? You have any addictions?
Yeah, I mean, I'm addicted to Vice magazine. I obsessively collect back issues.
Your vice is Vice.
My vice is Vice, and that's become pricey. I'd say also screen-worn costumes from Miami Vice.
That's another vice.
It's a big vice for me. It's a
The
big
movie
vice.
or the show, Watto?
Both, and that's where it really starts to hit me on both ends. And
Yeah.
here's another one. I collect antique vices.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes.
You can't stop collecting them.
I can't. It's a vice for me. It's a vice for me. So it felt like, I don't know, Death Sticks. It might take the edge off now. But ultimately, at this point, it's like, I'm in this headspace where I'm like, look, do we need this to be a blockbuster? Do we need to be putting on the dog and pony show? Do we need to be blowing people away? What if we get small? What if we get intimate? What if we get personal for these last 3 movies? You know?
Mm-hmm.
What if we dig deep, George?
Hey, George?
Yeah.
George is just eating a fucking banana.
Look at this.
What's that?
Wilfred Brimley.
He says Happy Star Wars Day?
Yeah. Can we
To
get
us, or what's happening?
Can we get him to tweet, "May detours be with you"?
Let's all tweet him.
Yeah.
Guys, go everyone tweet real Wilford B. Hey Wilford, can you tweet hashtag May Detours be with you?
That's all we want. It's an easy ask.
Hashtag Quaker Oats.
Yep. Throw in another hashtag so he feels like he's being catered to. That we're both coming out ahead on this one. We both want to make a profit.
Now that's a character I did not understand in these 3 movies. Is the redhead? What's his name?
The
Hux?
redhead?
Hux.
Hux?
I had no idea what his purpose was in the movies.
I mean, look, I think
he's just a nasty ginger.
And I think they were going back and forth between, is he the classic kind of archetype of the stuffed shirt British officer in the Star Wars film, or is he kind of a deconstruction of that? And they keep changing their minds whether he's just going to be filling the role.
Yes, is he a threat or not? I couldn't tell if it was a threat or a joke.
Trying to put a twist on him.
Yeah.
Well, he's the spy guy. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, well, that's actually a big spoiler.
It just seems like story-wise he served really, I don't know, no purpose.
Ultimately, yes.
Oh, what was this? What was her name?
Captain Phasma.
Captain Phasma. I think a lot of people were really sad because at the end of Return of the Jedi, they're having such a nice party.
Yes.
And then in the next movie, it seems like that party is a very distant memory, and no one's having the kind of fun that we just saw at the end of Return of the Jedi.
The party is over.
The party is long over.
You made
And I
some
think
edits
people-
at the end of Return of the Jedi, right? At the end,
Uh-huh.
you added
Yeah.
some party stuff.
A
More
lot.
parties. Well, there was just one party with the Ewoks, but then I showed them partying all over the galaxy. Big party.
Is that still banana in your mouth, by the way?
No, now it's chocolate cake.
Oh, okay.
I just need energy to keep staying awake, you know?
Sugar's gonna make you crash, George.
Well, then I'll be like Poe Dameron and I'll crash and I'll go into the sand.
Well, that was perfect timing.
That's really, you're syncing up.
But I think a lot of people, it was kind of a bummer to see that. I guess we fought all those Star Wars for nothing, huh? We're just gonna keep fighting Star Wars.
But I mean, your point, George, is that it rhymes. These things, we are doomed to repeat the mistakes of our forefathers. You know, history repeats itself.
Is that my point? Is that my point?
It rhymes. That's what you say, George. It rhymes.
Guys, I'm going to
That's
refill
true.
my water. Does anyone want anything?
No, I'm good.
No thanks.
Yeah.
History doesn't repeat itself; it rhymes.
No, I'm saying it rhymes in that it repeats itself. Maybe with minor variations, but we're doomed to act out these same cycles over and over again across generations. I don't know. That's my read.
That's such a bummer, though. You think that's my point?
I thought you said. I heard you say that too at some point.
I've heard you say that.
I've heard that clip of you going. It rhymes like.
Of course, it's like a circle.
Yeah.
I mean, George, what did you want to happen next after the party?
After the party,
yeah,
I wanted to see I wanted to zoom in. You know, the last shot of Jedi where they're all happy. They're kind of posed for it looks like they're posed for a group photo.
Yeah.
Everyone's smiling and laughing. We push in. The camera pushes in tight. On any character's face. Let's say it could be Luke, could be Leia. Push in real close. Then we get into the pores.
Yeah.
And then we go deep. And then it's sort of like, and we go into a microbiotic level. And then we meet these little creatures known as the Wills. And they are the tiny little invisible creatures that control everything. They know how to move the Force to make people behave a certain way. And they're the reason why people behave the way they do. And then I wanted 3 movies about that.
That's real.
Did you have a name for any of the movies? Do you have a name for them?
What?
Do you have a name for any of the movies?
No, I usually wouldn't plan ahead the names of the movies. I would do them as they came along, you know. I'd be like, well, what's the name of this movie? So I didn't have a grand plan, but I knew I wanted to explore that very teeny tiny world, see how small little things are controlling everybody. You know, people probably would have been pretty mad about that too, I guess.
Were you trying to say that people don't have free will and that it's just all these little tiny creatures that are controlling everything?
Yeah. So everything that you ever saw anybody do is just these little creatures.
Wilford
do stuff, and they don't know why.
Meant anything. It's just these creatures. They had no control over their own lives.
George.
Yeah.
Can I inform you of something? Wilford Brimley himself just tweeted, "May detours be with you."
Wow.
Wilford Brimley tweeted our hashtag.
Wilford effing Brimley.
Now, Gil, have you heard about detours yet?
No. Oh no. Is that like a ride?
Oh, Gil.
No. Is it? Get
ready to go on a ride.
If you call 39 fully completed episodes of an animated Star Wars television show that was goofing and spoofing on Star Wars, this was the last project that I, George Lucas, was actively involved in making. I paid for it myself. I produced it myself. I was in there pitching jokes with everybody else. That's so great. And when I sold Disney I sold Star Wars to Disney. They got ownership of this show. And then they decided not to release it, and supposedly they intend to never release it.
Why?
Even though, because it's too goofy, it's too silly, and they didn't. And everybody involved in making it, if you ask them, any animator, any voice actor, anybody, they all say the same thing, which is that what they heard is Disney plans to never ever release it, even though they are 39 locked, edited, mixed, ready to go.
And you have no access.
episodes.
You have no access to these episodes.
They have the hard drives.
No.
And you imagine they could push one button and just immediately put them all on Disney Plus.
I feel like that's how it works.
Totally.
That's
and
how.
here's another thing. 4 years ago, Disney referred to the show as canceled.
What?
A fully produced 39 episode series that has never seen the light of day, they called canceled.
Travesty.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that, George.
And that's
we're trying to start a movement to get Disney, enough pressure on Disney, because the other thing is we really believe that 5 years ago, even 3 months ago, it was maybe completely legitimate to think they'd never release it. But now, with film and TV production on pause indefinitely, it starts to make less and less sense to sit on 39 episodes of a silly Star Wars cartoon show that George Lucas was a part of.
You can't make anything new right now.
Yeah, so why not release the Star Wars show that you paid for? You bought it. Put it on your thing. Like everything on Disney Plus is so good. It couldn't possibly put anything that's bad on Disney Plus.
Would you want to make something for Disney? Something new?
Nah, no thanks.
You think they would let you?
I don't know. That's the thing. I mean, I don't know if Disney, because the thing is, I made a movie called Strange Magic. You ever hear about it?
No, sorry.
It's all right. This was the last movie that I actually made that I was involved in, and it was a CGI jukebox musical about little fairies who live in the woods. And when I sold Star Wars to Disney, they also got this, and part of the deal was they had to release this. And so they kind of, changed it and fired everybody and made us rewrite it and pick new music for it and all this. And then they released it through Touchstone Pictures, which is a dead label. That's not a studio anymore. They released it as part of like it says Touchstone Pictures at the beginning, as if that's still an organization that exists. It's defunct, and it did pretty badly. They screwed you. The year that The Force Awakens came out, it was the highest grossing movie of the year, and that same year, Strange Magic, executive produced by George Lucas, story by George Lucas, was the lowest grossing CGI animated movie ever to be released on 3,000 screens.
It broke box office records.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so based on that, I don't think we're a good fit. Like, I don't think anything I would do would be something that they would want.
Do you regret
telling
them, giving them Star Wars?
I mean, who else was I going to give it to? It's one of those things where I wasn't going to keep making Star Wars movies. And I don't know anybody else who would be able to keep making Star Wars movies at a high level. I don't think it would make sense to sell Star Wars A24 or something and have them make a bunch of art house Star Wars films or something.
And most people don't.
It makes sense
to keep Star Wars in their home, so there are very few people who could take it in.
But you feel like Star Wars needs to continue.
I mean, I'd like it to continue. I think it's fun, and it's nice that people still care about it. And I just worry that it's going to end up like the Muppets, which is a thing that Disney also owns, and eventually they just couldn't figure out what to do with it and let it just kind of fade away. I don't think that's going to happen because they built that big theme park and everything. So they are doing some things that are fun. But I think it probably had to go there. It's just kind of a bummer to, you have control of this thing your whole life, and then all of a sudden you don't. I mean,
George, have you had shit during this marathon yet?
Yeah.
How many times have you shit so far? Sorry if this is
Twice.
You've shit twice. Can you tell me at which which movies?
Gosh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure which movies it was.
Where
I think both times it was during. I didn't miss any part of movies. It was during breaks. It was probably after the prequel trilogy, and then after the 2-part beforequel.
Did you feel pressure? Like, oh, I gotta shit quick to get right back to this thing?
Maybe a little. I knew that I had a time limit, but I also didn't want to force anything.
You kind of work well in high pressure situations, don't you? As much as you don't like dealing with other people, you don't like interpersonal stress. If someone challenges you to do something and you can go off and do it on your own, you perform at a very high level.
In some cases, that's true. Yes.
I would say.
In some cases. Some cases that's definitely true. But I am definitely. I definitely feel like my brain is less functional than it should be. Don't
right drink coffee. Whatever you do, don't have any coffee.
Don't do it.
All right.
Don't do it.
That's not.
What was the best thing to eat or drink for you?
The best.
I mean, I tried to stay away from like coffee or Red Bull and just sort of have a lot of water. That was the best. Because you crash after anything too sweet or any caffeine.
Gil, how long was your entourage-a-thon in total?
I think I was up for 65 hours straight, something like that.
So George, I mean, we're getting off easy.
I'm 75 though. There's a difference. Gil is young and virile.
That's true. That is true.
You're eating chocolate cake, my friend. You're fucking scarfing that chocolate cake and bananas. That's not helpful.
Sugar-free chocolate cake.
It's sugar-free chocolate cake.
No sugar in it.
Let me see the box. Yeah. I don't buy it.
I don't have the box. I just have the plate.
Where's the box?
Did you? I didn't eat it out of a box.
Are you cooking?
No, I hired someone to make it. I said, don't put any sugar in it.
George, did you eat the whole pizza?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
That's yeah.
No judgment. No judgment.
Gil, I'm curious. In your entourage-a-thon, I understand it's a different time limit, but is there a portion that felt the most challenging to you? Like, was it closer to the end? Was it near the beginning? Where
it was near the beginning. It was that first night. I started to really get scared that something was wrong with me.
Sure.
I mean, have you guys had any? Do you feel mentally there, mentally present, Watto?
As much as I ever do. I mean, I will say I felt definitely that early pang of existential panic in the first handful of hours where I literally cannot conceive of this ever ending. You know what I'm saying? It feels so there's so much
you can't think about it. It's sort of like the quarantine in a way where it's just like, this live stream is reflective of the quarantine because you're like, oh, I can't see an end to it.
Right.
And if you think about that there's no end, you'll be like, oh God, I made a huge mistake.
Right. Like people who are athletic talk about like working past the burn, It's that point where you feel like there's no way I can do any more. And if you somehow conquer that hill, then suddenly it feels like you can do anything. And I don't know if I ever had that much confidence, but there was the chunk in like the second movie where I was just like, this is insurmountable. And I'm going to slow
that early.
and stretch and distort to the point that I never hit the end. Not that I think I will not live to see the end of this, but just
Right.
it will abstract to the point that the end no longer is achievable.
I think it was also hard, and I think you struggled with this as well because the first few movies were so good that in a way it was almost like because I think the second movie was Attack of the Clones.
Yes.
And I could tell we were both feeling like this is so rich dramatically that that's going to make it hard because we're processing the themes, and it's like
George,
this level of quality.
Have you rated the movies yet? Is that your number one, Attack of the Clones?
No, I'm pretty. Yeah, I mean, if I had to rank them, I'd say the prequels are all tied for first, and then second place would be A New Hope, then Return of the Jedi, then Empire, and then everything else in last place.
Well, I'm dying to know where the sand like flirtation and stuff. Did that come from real life? I've always wanted to know. Did that come from something that happened to you?
Yeah, I don't like sand. It's rough and coarse, and it gets everywhere. And I thought that would be a really, I wanted to write a really romantic movie, and I thought, well, what's the most honest thing that I can? Because honesty, I think there's nothing sexier than honesty. And so I thought, well, that would be a really, I thought that would really turn people on,
And
did you just have someone express?
Do you go to the beach a lot, George?
No.
Did you go to the beach and have like a bad experience with sand?
No, I mean, I never I shouldn't have written all these desert planets into the movies.
That's what's so weird to me is like the main planet in your movies is covered in
always sand. Yeah. But that's where the story led me, and I think partly it's that I'm repelled by it. But then that's what made me want to talk about it. It's also why I like now, if I can, I'd like to just make movies in parking lots with green screens. So there's no sand. You just add the sand in digitally. You don't ever need to see even one single grain of actual sand.
Right.
I mean, it feels like you're about to get your wish, George, because not only does that exist as a possibility, but it might, for a little while, be the only way that anyone can make anything.
Yeah, but I'm not making movies anymore. I'm just working on my museum.
But George, you always talk about wanting to make these very personal art house films for your friends. Not to screen them commercially, but to play them for your friends. Now, am I not a friend? Am I not getting invites to these screenings, or are they not finished?
I will show. Sometimes I'll show the movies I make to Steve.
Your buddy Steve.
Well, you see, I would think the biggest fuck you would be to make a movie about the Wills, to make your own. What are they called? Sequels, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that what the latest three are called?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I would make your own and everyone show Disney up.
Yeah.
George, you could call them the Will.
Maybe I will.
You probably legally can't use Will.
I think I can because Disney doesn't care. Nobody else likes that term except me.
Okay.
And if I don't show them to anybody, I can make as many Star Wars films as I want.
We are $152 away from hitting $73,000.
Wow.
And when we hit that, we are going to do another round of Star Wars names as encouragement.
So you guys better get in there.
It's good to see Han Solo in this movie. That's fun. Now that I'm used to it.
Did he ask you if he should do the movie, George?
No, I had sort of told them, when it looked like Disney was going to be making these sequels, I let everybody know, listen, this is going to happen. And then when I sort of got a little bit frozen out of the process, it was already, sort of a runaway train.
There's a story. I mean, obviously, James Cameron and Arnold Schwarzenegger, good, close, old friends. And Cameron didn't want to do a Terminator 3, and other people bought the rights. And they came to Arnold Schwarzenegger and they said, would you do Terminator 3 with a different director? And he went, I don't know. I need to talk to my friend Jim. And he called up James Cameron. And do you know what James Cameron said to him?
What'd he say?
He said, why the fuck not? Do it. But make sure they pay you more than anyone has ever been paid to be in a movie.
Wow.
And that's what Schwarzenegger did. Cameron said, look, I don't care as long as you're winning.
Is that the one where he puts the woman's head in the toilet?
Yes, absolutely. That's the one where he fights a woman for over 2 hours.
And he puts her head in the toilet.
Absolutely.
But he made so much money, George.
So
Hey
much.
guys, we hit
Right.
73,000.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Okay. here we
Okay,
go.
the first name we're gonna use,
Yeah.
is Mark Berzensky.
Mark
We're gonna put it up on screen.
Okay, so watch, Gil. We're going to see the name typed out here, and we're going to look at the letters. They're going to jump out to us.
Okay.
Okay. You're looking for sort of the code. It's like Robert Langdon. You're looking for the name to reveal itself to you.
Robert, like.
Swap out the AR with the ER. Swap out the AR with the ER.
Here we go. Here we go. We're starting. We're in the flow now.
So it's Merk Barzensky. Yeah.
Let's see that. Okay, already. That's a big difference.
Merc is
Swap out.
Star Warsy. And it's just about rotating the letters, correct?
We can add.
You can also drop letters out. You can replace letters. This is just a starting point.
You can do anything.
Did Robert Wall keep pitching to add the money sign to everything?
Absolutely, absolutely. But we want to save that honor for him. There's only one Arliss. There's only one.
We don't know that. We haven't seen most of the show.
That's true. I've seen 0 episodes of Arli, but that might be changing very soon. Okay, Merk Barzensky. Now let me throw something out. What if we replace the Z with a J?
Sure.
Now I feel like I'm going to be bad at this. I feel like I'm going to be bad.
No,
Do it.
no
Try
method.
it.
Okay.
No, pitch anything.
Before the B, add a capital O apostrophe.
Let's see it. Come on. Give us a capital O apostrophe. Let's do it.
Bryson, where'd it go? There we go. Mirko Barzensky.
I like that.
Yeah.
That
And then we decide what's the context. Who is this guy? That's what we decide then. Who is he? What does he do?
Bryson, can you put another apostrophe after the B?
You're a madman, Kotner. You're crazy for this one. You're saying, oh, wow.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's Kotner.
Okay, now what's this guy's job?
Okay. Mirko Biarjensky.
Mirko.
Marco Biarjensky.
I feel like Ireland's.
Marco Biarjensky.
Oh man.
Yeah, Gil, I think you had a good instinct there. Because Star Wars planets are usually defined by like one terrain, right?
Mm-hmm.
This guy is from a clover planet.
Yeah.
The whole planet
Covered in clovers.
covered in clovers.
See, everyone on the planet has good luck.
Everyone. And
Great.
this guy, what does he do for a living? Now, the obvious thing is you go, he's a mark. It's there in the name. But, is that a little too...
It's on the snout for
Exactly.
you.
Is that a little bit too much of this, if you ask me?
It's so close to jet ski.
I mean, and should we do it? That's the question.
That's the question.
And the question here is, should we just do it? Bryson, show us
It's
Marco
Jersey Dave.
Barzensky. Oh, Jersey Dave, show us Barzensky. Let's see what it looks like. Let's try it out. Let's give it a floor run, see if it plays.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, and I think now we know what this guy does for a living. He's a professional hang glider. This is what this man does. Mirko Barzensky lives in the Clover Planet, and he's a professional hang glider.
It's 12:39, Watto.
12:39. Get out your tweet. Tweet hashtag May Detours.
May detours be with you.
Hashtag Quaker Oats.
As done by movie star Wilfred Brimley. You're following the Brimley model here.
I forgot we were watching this. The Force Awakens almost.
Absolutely. And we hit
Yeah.
73,000. We're at $73,102.
Unbelievable.
This is very productive.
I don't want to watch all of that show.
And we got to get to 80.
I have a question. I have a question for you, George. These movies felt like they had more Nazi imagery in them, especially with the First Order stuff. How did you feel about that?
I hate Nazis.
You do?
Yeah, not a fan.
Yeah, Nazis are always.
Were you thinking Nazis when you were thinking the Sith?
Yeah, I mean, in the sense that like the stormtroopers were named after that, and the Nazis are always the bad guys in Indiana Jones movies when I can make them the bad guys, and I like making the Nazis the bad guys, so I don't mind it. I think there's too many Nazis who are have like some cultural influence at the moment, so I think it's actually healthy to double down on Nazis being the bad guys. I think it's good to not forget that Nazis are real and that they are bad.
Okay, let's do another name.
All right, let's see it.
Hunter Wolf.
Ooh.
Wow, this is already a name. This is already a.
That's the challenge. Sometimes these feel a little ready-made, and then you have to really think outside the box to challenge yourself. Okay.
Okay, what if we added an A after the H?
Hunter?
Let's see what Hunter Wolf looks
like. Can I change the ER to an A?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Hunter Wolf. Ooh. That's all right. Look how much better that looks. Now let's get to work on Wolf. Let's dig into Wolf.
Add another F.
Let's see a third F.
I feel like George is
too many F's. Take it away.
His eyes are open.
No, wait a second. What if we weren't bold enough? Jersey Dave, add 2 more F's. That's got a nice little ring to it.
Woof.
Add an I after the last F.
We're looking for Hunter Wolfie.
And now, do me a favor and add another F at the end of after the I.
Add I's between the F's that don't have I's between them already.
Yeah, okay. Now I think we're on to something here.
Do me a favor. Add an I at the end and then a PH after. Watto, can you pronounce that for me?
Yes, ready?
Yeah.
Hunter Wolf.
I love it.
That's good. We did it.
George, did that feel canonical? Did that feel like it would be in the Star Wars?
It's one of those. It's normal human body, but a wolf head. Pretty basic, and it's a lady, a pretty attractive lady.
Lucas after dark. Wow. Okay, and what does she do for a living, George?
She's a realtor.
She's a realtor. On what planet? Tell me about where she sells realty.
Alderaan, and it's during the pre-explosion period.
So she sells a house right before the planet explodes.
Yeah.
Prices are high.
Yeah, when it explodes, she's literally doing that thing on the sign in the front lawn, putting the sold thing up, and then she looks.
And as she's doing the thing with the sign, she says to herself quietly, but with a sort of content confidence, she says, "This is the sale I'm going to be remembered for." And then over her shoulder,
She just sees.
Are we?
Ooh, that image from the hyperspace happened right when you looked up for the Death Star explosion. For the
it rhymes,
Yeah.
George. It rhymes.
Okay, one last
Rhymes.
name. One last name.
Okay, one last name.
Ethan Mucklebauer.
Oh boy.
Whoa.
I mean,
now
this,
we're only getting people who already have Star Wars names.
I know,
who
I
know.
we're going
this
to-
is
Those
a
are the ones I'd
5-course
pick.
meal. This is a 5-course meal right here, Ethan. This is a tasting menu with Ethan Mucklebauer.
Yeah,
Flower.
this is a Star Wars name and also like the name of someone in a Norman Rockwell painting.
Yes. This is hitting almost all of your interests, George. In this one.
Yeah, this is a character in like a Mark Twain story.
Yes.
Can we get rid of the C and make it a K?
2 Ks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
What?
why-
You're going in the direction of the F's. And be careful.
And then swap the E and the L.
Mukul. Okay. Gotta say, I'm a little impressed.
Take the E and move it to the end of the first name.
So it'll be Thane.
Thane Mucklebauer.
The first name is Thane. Let's see. Thane Mucklebauer.
Can
In between Muckle and Bauer, can you add the word force?
I mean, it's kind
wait. Hang on. Can you put a space in between Muckle and Force, and then a space in between Force and Bauer, and then put Force in quotes?
okay. And
There
then,
we go.
Dave, one last pass here. After Bauer, can you put hyphen Lipvitz? Hyphen Lepvitz. Hyphen Lipvitz.
Ooh, are you guys ready to see Judah Friedlander?
Is he in this? I don't
Yeah.
even remember.
I think this is a perfect name.
Add star to the end of Thane.
Okay, here he comes. Get ready.
Okay.
And one more change. Change the E after Thane to an OS. I feel like this character feels very Jewish to me.
Absolutely.
I would ask to put in before the word force, put the word
Oh.
sour pickle.
Yes.
Sour pickle force.
Put that in brackets.
In the quotes or
No, in brackets.
In brackets.
In brackets before. No, so force is in quotes. Sour pickle is in brackets. We're so close. I can feel it.
So close. It's just a couple more things.
I know, just a couple.
It's too long now. The brackets put it over the edge.
No, it won't
Too
let
many
it.
characters.
Maybe we could take something out and replace it.
What if you took out the one of the S's in Thanos Star?
Take out. Oh, boy, this is tough.
You know what? Take out force and oh God, you know what? Take out force and put Knish in there.
Yes. Okay, so it's Knish in quotes and sour pickle in brackets.
I think it's still too many.
Yeah, we got to take out like one or two more characters, I think.
What if you just got rid of the spaces around the
Yeah,
quote?
get rid of the spaces.
Sour pickle. Make sour pickle one word.
Make sour pickle one word. In brackets.
George, how you doing? You holding up over there?
Yeah. No, I like this.
We're cooking with gas now, baby.
Drop the E on Muckle.
Oh.
And maybe drop the L too. Maybe it's just Thanos Star Muck. Sour pickle in brackets. Knish in quotes. Bauer hyphen lip fits.
Here, this is a huge swing, but I would drop everything except sour pickle.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. Just keep sour pickle.
I think
Keep sour pickle.
we had to take a long walk to realize the first place we saw was the best.
Yeah. Yeah, still in quotes.
It's just sour pickle. I mean,
that looks beautiful to me.
I'm very happy with that.
We worked hard on it, but we got to it.
We did. Guys, I love you, but I have to get going.
Gil, you've been a gentleman. And
All right,
Thank you
Gil.
so much, Gil.
Let me wish
Thank
you
you,
good
Gil.
luck and good vibes, and please finish healthy and strong.
thank you.
And thank you for what you're doing for the UCB community and staff.
Good seeing you, Gil.
All right. Love you
Thank
guys.
you, Gil.
Love you too. Stay safe.
Bye.
All right. Good
Love
luck.
you.
We're already at 73,437. We're close to 73,500.
Guys,
If we end it now, we don't have to do the R list thing.
We actually have another guest. I don't know
What?
if he's ready. At least for a few minutes, he's going to stop by.
Okay, let's see who this guest is going to be.
Not yet. He should be
Oh,
joining in
my
a
God.
second, hopefully.
Oh.
George,
Oh.
who's my favorite retired filmmaker?
You see me?
There he is.
Oh, my
Oh, hello.
Wait, let me double check my glasses here.
What's up?
Oh, hello.
Is this producer Ben?
Hi.
That's true. Hi, Watto,
Ben Deucer?
George, Patrick. It's good to see everyone.
Hey, Ben.
Hello.
Producer Ben?
Yes, yeah. Of Blank Check Podcast.
Uh-huh.
I do the show with Griffin Newman and previous guest David Sims.
Never heard of them.
Okay.
Mr. Positive?
Oh,
Yeah,
David writes for the
yes, we go
Atlantic.
by-
He was on earlier.
Never heard of him. The Fart Master?
You better get the most important one, Watto.
Yeah, these are some of my nicknames for sure. I can't deny it.
Did you say Mr. Positive yet?
I said
Um,
Mr. Positive.
That was
That's
this
a-
guy.
That's a Patrick original.
Patrick Original, baby.
Birthday Benny.
Yes, once a year.
Benny.
hmm
Soaking with Benny.
I like wet stuff. That's a big thing for me with movies.
Dirt
When they're
bike.
wet, they're better, but also dry stuff is cool.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I heard the rumor,
What's that?
unverified.
Yeah.
That you have graduated to a series of different titles
This is true.
across the course of different miniseries, such as Kylo Ben,
Yes.
Ben Night Shyamalan,
hmm
Ben Sate,
Oh, $2
Sure.
signs. Give him $2 signs.
Hey
You
Benny,
could.
Ailey Benz with $2 signs in honor of Robert Wool, my upstairs neighbor, Warhaz,
Yes.
Purdue Urbane,
Okay.
Ben 19 the Fennel Maker,
Yeah.
Eat Drink Ben Hosley.
Right.
I think George is asleep. I think George is actually
No, I'm not. I'm not asleep. I'm watching Force Awakens.
Mr. Ben.
George.
George, what's happening in the movie?
Are you doing okay?
Me? Or George?
Finn is telling Ray that he didn't sign up for this and he's going to leave the place where all the creatures are.
He wants to.
Yeah.
She's like feels betrayed by him. And then Maz is going to show her the lightsaber.
You guys seem exhausted.
Yeah.
Wait, Watto, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Angry Orchard Rosé. I'm looking to become the official spokesperson. This is canon now. It's Watto's favorite drink.
Wow. I don't even want to know how many you've had. Anyway, hi, guys. It's Ben Hosley. I do Blank Check with Griffin. I'm glad to be here to participate in this event.
I will say people have been asking for you.
That's great. I mean, I'm glad that the people want to hear me weigh in on the Star Wars universe. That's what this is about, right?
Literally, the last 24 straight hours, people have been asking when you are going to show up.
Well, here I am. I made it. It's a pleasure to be here in the tail end of this. To really just see you guys at like peak.
We still have 6 hours. Man.
What's that?
We still have 6 hours.
We got
cool.
to knock off after this, and we're not even up to Act 3 of this one. Now, Ben, I saw on your Twitter,
yes,
that you had to explain Watto to your girlfriend tonight.
This is true.
Now, this is a fun little exercise. I want to hear, and I will not judge, how in that position you chose to explain Watto.
George,
well, I couldn't just say it's an alien.
No. Reductive.
There's so much more to the story. And unfortunately, because I've done this podcast now for a while, I know way too much about the Star Wars prequels.
Okay.
Honestly, specifically Phantom Menace. So, you've really got to start with just that Watto owns a boy.
He owns a boy.
He owns a boy, okay? And that's just baseline information that you need to know about Watto.
Past tense.
Oh, well, of course. I'm sorry.
I lost one, I sold one.
And there's that to be said about you, Watto. But, I'm glad you've moved on and it's in the past. And you're a junk trader. You're a toy area?
Toy area.
Okay, sure. Toy. I knew it was toy was in the
close personal friend of Jeffrey Epstein, who is very misunderstood. He did a lot of good things.
No, Watto, I'm going to cut you off there.
He did a lot of good things for the Ivy League schools.
Enough, okay? And then really what else there is to say is you're handy, you're a junk trader, and you seem to always have a 5 o'clock shadow.
Well, yes. I was rendered that way.
Hey,
and
George,
now what I'm
wake up, George.
Oh, did we lose him?
What about it?
George? Hey.
I'm not
saying
no.
George.
Maz is explaining that she's not going to tell the story of how the lightsaber got to be there. That's a story for another time.
She's like, we'll get there later.
No, we won't.
It was good that we did eventually get there.
Yes, it was so satisfying when we got there, and it felt very important.
Ben, how are you doing in quarantine?
Great question. And
you look good. You look good. You look
great.
I look good.
You look very good. Truly.
Wow. I'll take it. I'm fine. I have a mustache.
I like it.
I went for that. I haven't been reading, so I've kind of kept up with that. I'm keeping busy. I don't know. It's fine. I don't know. I've been watching movies, classic movies. So Moonstruck for the first time, pretty good.
You've been getting into the classics recently.
I have. I saw American Graffiti recently for the first time, George.
Great movie.
I liked it. Yeah, I like the old cars. This is good. The radio.
Fast cars.
Yeah.
Good radio.
Wolfman. Come on, that's fun.
George, talk to us about Wolfman a little bit.
Yeah, George, can I ask you, what was your relationship with the Wolfman?
That was very fun. He was excited to do it. We were sort of building up his legend.
George, come on. You can put a little heart into it.
Yeah.
No.
Now, I have a question, though, George, because here's the thing. I like graffiti.
Yeah.
And no spray paint to be seen in that movie. None. No shaking, no spraying, not even a shot of just someone done with their work. I just got to ask, like, why exclude that? It's in the name.
Because it's not about the graffiti on the streets. The graffiti that we're talking about are the friends we made along the way.
I mean, that's interesting, actually, and that's pretty smart.
Okay. I mean, I don't think
That's just your problem. You don't think. You have to think.
Oh, okay. Wow. George is punchy.
What we're saying, don't tell me 'cause it hurts.
But okay, back to the reason
The future.
I had tweeted my girlfriend. She asked me, "What is Watto?" I explained what is Watto, but truly, it's a perplexing question for anyone to ask if they have no context. You have to really explain a lot to establish context.
Yeah.
Yes.
You'd have to be a connoisseur of that type of thing.
You could say, yeah.
What is Watto?
Now, Ben, I don't know if you know this, but this.
Hey, Watto.
What?
George was singing.
Oh, I'm sorry, George.
Oh, we should, yeah.
Please, serenade us, George.
It was nothing.
It was not nothing. I heard it.
Oh, that wasn't nothing, George. That wasn't nothing.
Guys,
What do you think I sang?
Planet City.
What do you think I sang?
I heard Watto's Love.
No, I said, baby, don't hurt me.
I heard.
Don't hurt me. No more.
Watto.
Watto's love.
Guys, that
Baby, don't hurt me.
excuse me, they just destroyed a planet that was all a city, and the whole city was also a planet.
Not true.
Wait, are you talking about Coruscant?
Star Killer
You
Base.
think so, but I'm talking about Hosnian Prime, Ben.
Oh, sure. Something I know about.
That's Neon Prime.
Okay. We are watching Force Awakens. I synced up with everyone, so
Yeah.
I like this movie a lot. I would have to say it's pretty much up there with like
Wow.
thinking about the prequels,
Yeah.
originals.
Mhm.
Like, it's a pretty good one.
Now, Ben, I don't know if you know this, but the reason for the season here with this 30-hour live stream is that we're trying to raise money for the laid off employees of the UCB Theater in New York City,
Yes, of course.
of which you used to be one.
I mean, I worked there. Yeah, I
you are.
worked there. I worked for the production company and did podcasts and ran the podcast network. And I, owe a bunch of stuff to UCB, and it's a great cause. And I donated some money, and I think anyone who's watching, three men who's been up for 24 hours than me, like, if you haven't donated, you should donate. It's
Throw away
to a good
$5.
cause. These people put their heart and soul into their work, and they are going through a tough time, so they deserve some help. And I think UCB is a great place.
Now, let's say right now we are at $73,000, 471.
Sure.
Okay, when we get to 73,500, just $29 away, we're going to do another round of giving people Star Wars names, and I think you might really shine in this game.
Oh, I
Oh
love.
wow, and we have a good one,
I'm a
guys.
big
You want to
fan
hear
of-
about this?
I mean, I have this whole thing where I've been saying, like, there's so many missed opportunities, like dinosaurs,
Yes.
like Jedis. That's a cool
Yes.
thing. I don't know if you ever thought of that, George. Dinosaurs.
George.
I thought my buddy Steve thought of dinosaurs, and I helped him.
Think about Steve. Do you miss Steve, George?
Steve George.
George, do you miss your buddy Steve?
Yeah.
Now, Ben, do you know about our stretch goal?
No, I do not.
We're at $73,471 right now.
Yes.
If we hit 75,000,
Mm-hmm.
we are committing to doing a 40-hour live stream where we watch every episode of the Robert Wool sitcom Arliss.
If you reach that, you're going to continue, and then
we're going to rest for 2 weeks.
Okay.
A fortnight. Give us a fortnight, but then we come back with an even longer live stream.
I mean, you've already proved yourselves to be able to take on this task, so why not? I think we can get there.
Unless people want to show us pity and we hit 80,000, in which case the Arliss live stream is off.
Yoink.
Then what?
Then we're free men, baby.
No, you have to do something longer.
$73,505. Let's do some names.
All right, guys. The first name we got is Merlin Man.
Okay, now here's where they get challenging. It seems like the later we go on, the more these names arrive feeling pre-Star Wars. And that's where you have to get creative. You can't go A to C. You have to go A to 4 or A to hexagon.
Okay.
A to green.
The idea is this is their normal name.
This is their normal name, and we have to give them a Star Wars name. We have to make their name more Star Warsy than Merlin Man.
Okay. Merlin Man, I would go with, I feel like Wizard should be in there. So let's just say, not Space, Star Wizard.
You're just saying Star Wizard. I'm on board. Can I do one punch up?
Please.
Dr. Star Wizard.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, because now it sounds like he's more professional.
Dr. Star Wizard, MD.
Doctor's such a good name.
Yes.
Like, not as a title, a name.
Yes. It's spelled out DOCTOR.
Are there doctors in the Star Wars universe?
Dr. Afra, Dr. Amazon.
Yeah, and we see some medical droids, certainly.
Hey, Ben, look at this.
Yeah.
I got Dr. Amazon's best friend right here.
Who's that?
Panda Baba, he's the guy who gets his arm cut off at the bar for trying to start a fight with Luke Skywalker.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. He comes with milk.
He comes with... Why milk? Is that what he's drinking?
He's drinking milk.
That's twisted. That's a weird drink to order at a space bar.
Hey, Ben, look at this.
What I got.
Look at this guy.
You just got toys lying around?
Yeah.
Look at this. Hang on.
Yeah.
God damn it. No, wrong side. There we go. Look, it's Cliff Clavin, Ben.
I feel like two grown men pointing toys at me is...
I'm a toydarian, for God's sakes.
Oh, okay. You're right. A grown toydarian.
No, they give it to me for free. And this product is made for ages
3 to 137. Is that some kind of inside joke? Is that how old you are?
No, I'm 31.
Okay. You're 31.
Watto,
how long you're going to live? Why did they hit on 137?
I don't know.
George, have another name.
Testing. Okay, here's the new name.
Let's show Ben how we normally do it. Just so.
Okay, sure. Okay.
Ben, watch us do one. George, ready? Are you ready for the new name, George?
JC Castle.
Yeah.
JC Castle.
I think we should put. I would say take the E out of JC, the second E, and put it after the A in Castle.
Yep, I like that.
Jace Castle.
Well, this is...
Oh, okay. I see what you did. Yeah.
Well, this is what I want to do. Let's put a Y between the T and the L. Jace Castle.
Turn the J into a C and turn the C into an F.
Perfect. Turn the J into a C and the C into an F. Show us. Kafie Castile. Now I got to say it now that we've mixed things up. Replace
No. Undo what you just did because I meant the F at the beginning of the word. So turn the turn that F back into a C. Turn that case face style. That's right.
Okay, case face style.
Switch the E and the Y in face style.
I don't see a revision here.
First E.
First E with the last Y?
I just want to see what it looks like.
It feels a little Long Island to me.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Stereotype.
You're right.
You can't add stuff though, right?
You can do whatever you want. You just
Casey slime style.
You just named
like
someone
a
Dr.
sticky
Space
kinda-
Wizard MB.
Wait, guys.
What?
Who is this droid?
Oh, I don't recognize him.
Who is it?
He reminds me of someone, but this droid has a red arm.
I don't get it.
Surely it could not be the droid I have known in a past life.
It's not the droid I'm looking for.
That droid was naked. The droid I know. Okay, case slime style.
Yeah.
I like it.
And he's
Yeah.
like a slug.
Yeah.
Or no, I guess Jabba was kind of a slug, but sticky.
Yeah, a sticky.
A sticky.
And what do they do for a living?
They put up wallpaper.
Good.
Space wallpaper.
They save money that way. They just rub the wall and then put the paper up.
Yeah, they're specialized contractors.
I love it.
People got to live in space.
It is true. And I like the note. Thank you, Jersey Dave. Case sign style is a sticky.
All right, I'm getting the hang of this.
You're getting the hang of
All
this.
right, let's do another one.
George, I want you to really get your hands messy on this next one, okay?
Sticky, if you will. Alex
Okay.
Wolanets.
George, Alex Wolanets.
Switch the wool and the owl.
Geez, we've had a lot of wolves in the chat today.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Watto. That's it.
Okay.
And what's he do? What's Woolix do?
Oh, that's it? Okay.
No, I know. Make more changes.
Let's see. What's speaking?
You put numbers in them?
Yes, absolutely. But that makes it seem coded a little more like a droid.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
You know?
How about if it felt like a screen name?
Okay, I got an idea. Dave, add a lowercase s at the beginning of the first name.
Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave. Capitalize the T in the last name.
Hey, Dave, put an underscore in between X and A.
Hey, Dave. Change the E in Alanets to a 3.
Hey, Dave.
At the end, can you just put in all caps Scrubs?
Oh.
Perfect.
Okay, and Dave, can you put another underscore between Z and Scrubs?
And Dave, can you just put at the beginning
Yeah.
PW lowercase and then a colon and then space and then starts that? Great. So it's your password now.
Okay, wait, and one final note. Dave, at the end of Scrubs, can you put .jpg.
So I'm watching Force Awakens, and thought I had this, like, I guess this is in a galaxy far, a long time ago, far away, right?
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But space belts. Have you guys checked in on that? I like
No.
fashion and beginning into fashion.
What about
What about it? Well, I feel like it's interesting to think about how everyone's still wearing belts in the future. They don't advance it, but at the same time, it's like, I guess belts would be different.
Ben, I'll say this to you.
Please.
Never underestimate a droid.
Never.
You can't.
And Ben, that is a statement that applies in response to almost anything anyone says. You can respond. Never underestimate the droid.
Underestimate.
Always feel specific.
I guess. Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's a fact. It's math.
What is that from? Star Wars?
The
Ben,
Rise of Skywalker.
Ben.
Yeah.
Ben,
Yeah.
never.
Okay. I wouldn't
Ben.
dare.
Ben,
Yeah. Oh, should I get it? Okay. What's up?
never
All right.
underestimate a droid.
Hey, Ben,
Yeah.
listen to me. Never underestimate the droid.
Ben, wait, come back. Ben, wait, come back. Come here.
Yeah.
Abby and Alana
Come
were
back.
never on Herald Night.
They were never on here. Abby and Alana never make Herald Night.
Ben, come back. Ben, come back.
Ben, you gotta come
No,
back.
you're right. All right.
Come back.
Yeah.
Yippee!
George, I have something to tell you, George. George,
What is it?
come close.
You gotta get close.
Come close.
Look like that.
Close, George.
George, come close. George,
George,
roll your chair closer to the screen.
George, are
It
you
doesn't
smoking?
roll.
Are you smoking, George? What were you doing?
What are you doing,
vaping?
George?
Are you vaping?
Cheese doodles?
George, what are you doing?
Greek lean pit. Mom eater goody. Movie Gotabilia. Felbo Thiel.
George, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Yippee!
What is it?
Yippee! Yippee! Yippee!
Kylo Ren has taken off his mask and he is torturing Rey.
Yep. Yeah, and you
He
hate to
looks
see it.
cool.
Honestly, you hate to see it.
I love Kylo's look.
Do I hate? No.
It's really great.
Kylo's great.
He's like
Rey's
honestly
great.
probably the coolest character in the Star Wars universe, to be completely
And he
honest.
wears it really well.
But like his design feels
Ben.
like it wasn't like,
Ben.
you know, I don't know. Like he just feels like tough.
What about this though? Imagine wearing this look. Who could Kylo get away with wearing a koosh ball for a body?
Ben.
A
This
koosh
guy.
ball.
A koosh ball?
Yeah, koosh ball, baby. Koosh.
Ben.
When
Ben,
is
this guy.
what?
This
Koosh
guy-
ball, baby.
This
Okay.
guy was a mailman, and then he went to Hoth.
There's mailmen in the Star Wars universe.
In a past life. And
They still deliver mail.
we're
Why?
trying to get Coach put into the Star Wars movies retroactively. Nicholas Colasanto from the first 3 seasons of Cheers. We want them to pull a Tarkin and put him in the movies digitally.
They should update it. I love all the updates. Yeah. Okay. Who's this? Is that Tartan or? Okay. Let's see. I don't.
Power! Power! Power!
How are you you guys gonna keep doing this?
Don't worry.
What is going on, George? Are you okay?
I have a popcorn
I'm
tin.
just trying to watch The Force Awakens. I have a
George,
popcorn
can I ask
tin.
you
I
one
keep my
question about
popcorn
Force
in it.
Awakens?
Absolutely.
What's your favorite part?
The music.
Yeah. Okay. Good track, I guess. I don't know.
Folks, we're already up to
Oh, yeah, I think the race
3,900.
theme.
Oh my gosh, 73,900.
We're very close.
Oh, you're almost there. Wow.
Oh god.
Oh, and now we've got this like melty looking candle guy.
His name's Snoke, Ben.
Snoke stinks.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it stinks.
You're crazy, Ben.
It's not good.
You're crazy.
Like I like wet stuff. That was my intro. I like big stuff. Like I like big characters. That's what movies are about. They're supposed to like, and look, this is like aesthetically good for me. There's a big dude in a throne room, which don't get me started on throne room. But this is a melty candle looking guy. Why wasn't he big ass dinosaur? Why didn't he have snake arms? Why didn't he have more than 2 arms? This is ridiculous. You can do stuff in this universe that's like not just some like gross, you know, old guy.
Ben?
Yeah, sorry, I popped off.
Have you seen Rise of Skywalker?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you remember Snoke in Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, they have him like in tanks.
And what's in the tanks, Ben?
Multiple Snokes.
But what are they sitting in?
Goo,
wet
future. Goo. Yeah, it's future tech. Which
and he's like 9 feet tall, Ben. This is all
I know,
your thing.
He's like NBA height.
He has no distinguishing features, no spikes, no horns. Like this is what I signed up for.
And he wears slippers.
Yeah, I know. He looks like he could, while delivering lines, off camera, pick something up, and it's a cup of Metamucil, and he's stirring it.
Oh boy. I mean, that sounds like you're talking about this Palpatine guy. That guy keeps on trying to get me to come over with some Werther's Originals as bait. This old man, this boomer.
Yeah,
George.
He's no good.
George.
Yeah.
What's happening in the movie, George?
George at the jungle. What'd you say?
What's happening in the movie?
Solar base is sucking the fuel out of the sun.
He's not wrong.
I know. The problem is we keep asking him when very obvious things are happening.
I know. Don't ask him that. Let's ask him more complicated questions.
Ben, George, tell us about Snap.
Yeah.
Tell us about Snap.
Who's Snap?
Snap Wexley.
Oh, he doesn't care. He doesn't know from Snap Wexley. George, tell me about your greatest fear in life. Tell me your greatest fear.
Oh, wow.
That we're going to have to do this Arliss thing.
To start hustling to get people to donate $6,100.
I guess I'll bite. What's Arliss?
Great question.
I don't know that I'm going to be able to do another marathon like this for my health.
It is a 7-season, 80-episode HBO comedy.
Okay.
George, what if you had
starring Robert Wool?
George, what if you had a younger friend do it, like someone in his like mid-40s?
Very young.
Yeah.
Full of life.
Maybe he's dead too.
Have you guys considered taking speed?
Well, this is some Big Ben thinking over here.
I mean, I'm just saying that would make it easier. All right. Well, something to chew on. All right, but it's late.
Hey, news to me.
I think I think I'm gonna go. Like, do you have someone else? Like, are you guys gonna be okay?
Yeah, we still have some big ones. We still have some big ones coming.
What's that? I'm sorry.
All right, so we still have some big guests coming.
Okay, good.
We got some big ones. I want to see, because we're just $100 away. I want to see if we can get you to do one more name. Now
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll stay strong. We'll do.
Okay, we hit it.
Okay,
hit
we did it. We went over. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay, I have a good one. Hang on.
All right.
George, come on. Get back in the game. We got a name.
The name is Dashiell Bennett.
Dashiell Bennett. Dashiell Bennett. George, Dashiell Bennett. The name, George, is Dashiell Bennett. Dashiell Bennett, George.
Hold on.
Can we add one of the L's right after the D?
Bennett?
No, after the D.
Dashiell? I prefer Bennett.
I like Bennett too.
Okay, move the second L to after the B.
Yes, please. It always benefits to say please and thank you, Patrick. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Thank you, Watto.
Dashiell Bennett.
Dashiell Bennett.
Okay, we're getting somewhere. We got a lead. George, what jumps out to you here?
Wait, I have one more.
Okay.
Dave, erase DASH and just put a hyphen.
Oh.
Say that again?
Erase the DASH and just put a hyphen.
In other words, dash
Okay.
eel.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
good.
and now actually replace the I with an uppercase E. We're missing one final touch. George, what do you think? Come on, George. You can do this. You created You wrote the most financially successful joke of all time.
George, tell us the joke.
Yeah, what is the joke, George?
I have a bad feeling about this.
See, that's the spirit.
Oh, but listen to this joke. This is a good joke. Look at the screen.
Sanitation.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Let's all say it together. You ready?
What?
We got it.
He's counting on us.
Figure it out. We'll use the force. That's not
How the force works.
That's not how the force works.
That's not how the force works.
Oh, really? You're
Oh,
cold?
really? You're cold?
Good job, guys.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, George, put a little
All
little
right.
stank on it, George.
Yeah, come on, George. You got this.
Put a little stank on it.
It's cool that you live in a ranch, by the way.
It is
I
cool.
like that style. I like that people, it's like, I don't live in an apartment. I don't live in a house. It's a
George,
ranch.
what's your favorite part of the room that you're in at the ranch?
Yeah.
Toys.
Great answer. 30 grown men surrounded by toys.
It's good.
Lucas, give us one final. Just put a little
Twist. A little twist.
cilantro on the dish. Put a little something on Dashiell Bennett.
I don't have anything. I feel like that looks complete.
No time for fun.
That takes away the. Put an after the in between the two ends. Put an FEN.
An FEN? Oh my god.
Blenfenenen.
Yes, that's the George Lucas magic. Dashiell Bennett.
It's pretty good.
No, it's just Blenfennet.
Yeah.
It's just Blenfennet.
It's just Blenfennet.
Oh God.
Dash Shield
No,
Blend
but make
Fennec.
it longer. Put an I between the two ends. Yeah. Blend Fennec.
Fin.
I think we have to be able to say it.
No, you can't.
Someone has to be able to say it.
It's good.
Okay, how about this?
Oh,
Take the I and place it after the T's. Dashiel Blenfinetti.
That sounds too human.
no, that sounds.
He sounds like a race car driver.
But he could be at like a space fair kind of guy, you know?
Yes, and right here, it's Dashiel Blenfinetti, and then add in space.
Ooh, who got a text?
George?
No,
George,
it was
Not me.
Ben,
Sorry.
was it you?
Yeah, it was me.
What did the text say?
Well, let me see.
Where are you? I haven't seen you in hours.
What are you doing? Why are you saying Dashiel Blenfinetti over and over again?
Are you okay? Question mark.
Wow.
Say no, Ben. Say no.
It's actually, I mean, that is actually a difficult question to answer. I would not know how to answer.
Another recent text from my dad. Save the extra stuffing and add to pasta sauce.
Happy Easter!
We did it. All right. Watto, you're an inspiration.
I love you. You're the best in the biz, Ben.
Thank you so much. George, I think you're very cool.
Good. Thank you, Ben.
You did some cool stuff, and I hope you just really thrive in these last, 5 hours?
Yes.
Yeah.
My recommendation is if you need like some kind of boost other than sugar, like I don't know, like you could take a bunch of Advil or Tylenol. That might help.
I've already taken 2.
Oh, okay, yeah, that kind of gives you a little rub. Patrick, pleasure. Good luck, and a good cause.
Thank you, Ben.
Okay.
What's the total now?
Right now, we are $849 away from our goal. We are at $74,150.
All right. While we have some time,
I want
we
to
have a
ask.
guest
I want
coming
to
in.
ask people to stop giving money because I'm really not going to make it if we do this.
Or add more money.
Here's a question.
No, because people are gonna do this and they're gonna make me do it, and I really don't want to do it.
Guys, hear me out. Hear me out. What if every
Can't
Sunday,
do 40 hours.
we watched like a season?
We watch one season.
Yeah, I would do that.
Maybe.
But also, if they go to 80, we do nothing.
Sure. Deal. Ooh, Corporal Greg is asking, what if you watch it at 2 times the speed?
No, that's disrespectful to Bobby Wool. Our friend, he came in. He graced us.
Here's what I'll also say. If
What?
we do a season in a day, we can definitely get a cast reunion by the end of it.
Here's what I'm saying. I think people should really use this as an opportunity to get us to $80,000. I think they should look at George, and this is like a Children International ad. You're seeing someone here in such great pain, in such great suffering. And what we're saying is, for just $5 at any point within the next 5.5 hours, you can put this man out of his suffering. You can let him.
I feel like people think it's funny. They want to see people suffer, and I think they want to see people suffer, and that's why they're
George,
giving.
this is where you're wrong. You think
the last $1,000 hasn't been about helping anybody. The last $1,000 has been about hurting us.
No, they like the names and they love you, George, and people feel bad because they know that they were not kind to you. They put too much pressure on you, and you gave them a pure series of films from your heart, and they lashed back at you.
What if, and hear me out,
Yes.
everyone just stop donating?
But that's not
I'm
fair.
saying. Stop
That's
it.
not fair to the former employees
We've
of
done enough. We've done enough. We've
You've
done enough.
They're fine now. No.
They're fine. We
Donate.
solved it. We solved it. We
Donate.
solved it. We solved it. We
All
solved
we
it.
need-
We solved it.
all
We
we
solved it. We
We
solved
need
it.
6 people to donate
I
$1,000.
can't watch. I can't watch 40 hours. I can't watch 40 hours of Arliss.
We're not going to,
In-
George. I'm going to take care of you. Have I ever led you astray?
Yeah, this.
No, George. No. We pitched you a great many different ideas, and this is the one you picked, and you insisted on
No, no. If we had been describing these, we would have been done. We would have been done 10 hours ago. We would have been done. You want to hear me describe how Solo goes?
Yes.
Okay, Solo's alone. He's got a girl. He lives with a big worm. Then he runs away. And then he joins the army, gets split up. He's bad at the army, so he falls in with the gang. The gang, they throw him in the jail with the Wookiee. They wrestle and they get covered in mud. Then he goes to the gang and they run a heist and the gang gets killed. The guy's like, I still owe money to the gang. And so then he got to go and then he finds the girl that he was with. And there's this other heist and there's some redhead shows up. And then he shoots Woody Harrelson. And then he's like, let's go to Jabba the Hutt's house. And that's Solo.
Okay, here's the important question. How many people do we have
14 of those we would be done.
How many people
What?
do we have watching the stream right now?
568.
I don't know.
Okay.
Which is
Oh,
too many, guys. Too many.
we're not doing anything. All I'm doing is suffering. I'm watching. Oh no, this is a cool scene.
This is a big
Ah!
Let's watch this dramatic.
I really do think that's a great reveal that his name is Ben, because we don't learn about it until that moment. I also think this scene looks pretty good. It's real dramatic and sad.
Burn!
I mean, Ben.
Burn!
Oh,
Oh, we're 2 minutes away from the Detours tweet.
oh my God! I can't believe how many times we've done that.
But we got Wilfred Brimley to tweet it.
We did. Guys,
I know.
guys, hang on. We have a guest. It's a last minute surprise guest.
A last minute surprise.
Okay.
It's a return.
Wait.
It's a return
It's
guest.
a returning guest.
He'll be in a second.
Okay, great.
He just wanted to pop in and check on us.
People are asking, how is Watto so awake? I assure you, every single part of my body feels like it is dipped in acid right now. From my brain to my
not
eyes.
Chip Smith.
It better not be Chip Smith because I don't think George could handle another scoop of chip.
Who is this?
Who is
Who
this?
is coming here?
Who is it? It's an old
Who
friend.
is here?
It's
It
an
should
old
be-
friend.
It
Who
should
is
be
coming here?
It should be an old friend.
It's a nice face, I think.
It's a friendly face.
I think it's
Will
a friendly face. They
Oh,
also
dude,
might
it's a
laugh at
friendly
us.
face.
They
And
might
on-
laugh.
And on the screen right now, a bad thing is about to happen.
Oh no. Oh, I thought you meant on the
Oh, no.
GoFundMe.
I
No,
want
on
to
the
be.
movie screen.
I want to be free of this pain.
Burn!
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it. That is describing the Arliss 40.
Okay, do you want to play? Will you help me?
Will you help me?
Anything.
Yes, anything.
Drop the helmet. I thought dropping the mic by dropping the helmet.
Oh man, I wish it was Mando.
What if Mando came back?
What if it was Zach with the lightsaber again?
Let's talk about some of our great friends from earlier in the stream. Zach with the lightsaber, Mando, Sarah Nanochenny doing original characters,
Robert Wool.
Bobby Wool. Justin,
I'll say this, guys.
Travis.
At one point, nope.
Oh my God!
Oh, mustachio, mustachio.
If it is
Watto, George, how we doing?
great, why do you even
It's
feel the
JD
need to ask?
Mustachio.
Hey,
Why even ask?
hey.
Oh, Han
I know
Solo
how you're
just
doing,
got
Patrick.
stabbed.
George, how are you doing? I've throughout the day I've been checking in. I've been texting with some people that know Watto.
And
he's
texting.
Right.
You've been texting me.
yeah.
Say that. Yeah.
Okay, great. And there's been various points throughout the day where I've been gone from like being in like the yellow and orange of concern into like full red.
Sure.
Like thinking if I knew the correct numbers and addresses to call if I saw something horrible take place on
the doomsday
screen.
clock ticking closer to midnight.
Like if I saw George have an issue, if I knew who to get in contact with to resolve said issue.
Yes.
George, how you feeling now?
I mean, we're almost done with Force Awakens. We're at a really good part. Chewbacca's setting off all the bombs after Han Solo gets killed, and that means there's just the battle in the snow, and then we're pretty much done. And then Last Jedi, which is the longest Star Wars movie, I think, and then Rise of Skywalker, which is the second longest.
And you're feeling like you're gonna make it through to the tomorrow morning?
Rise of Skywalker
at this
is the
point,
second longest?
I think so.
George used to keep his films tight.
Ugh, it's longer.
I could be wrong, but I feel like they're both like two. It's longer than Jedi.
Don't worry about the run times. You're gonna be okay. Watto, how are you feeling?
I mean, horrible, but you know.
What's I have questions, but I guess I'll save them to ask at another time. What have been the high points and low points, do you guys feel like?
Oh, the friends we made along the way. I'd say for me was the high point. All the friends we made along the way.
Sure. Do you feel like there's a low point that you can pinpoint so far?
Yes. My entire body feeling as if it is on fire. My brain, my heart.
Was there a moment throughout the day, though, where you felt the worst, or is it now?
It's now. It's every moment suddenly becomes the worst I felt.
I feel like there's a point when because I've been through this, where when you don't sleep for enough time, your body loses the ability to sleep. And think, like, have you entered this zone where you think now it might not be possible to sleep anymore?
I worry.
No,
JD,
if I can be honest with you, I worry. Like I
had
don't
that this morning, and then it took me like 2 hours to sleep for a little bit.
Like I feel terrible right now, but I also don't feel conventionally tired, if that makes any sense.
Right. You feel broken.
I feel fundamentally broken.
Right. George, you feel like you could sleep, though.
George.
Oh, yeah, I know I could.
George, I feel like, is in a whole nother level.
Yeah, George, can you walk me through just like bodily what we're feeling right now?
I just feel like my whole self is sort of tugging at me like, let's leave this and go to sleep. And it's sort of like a physical feeling of my whole body, like when you're walking a dog and the dog wants to go in one direction, you have them on a leash, and it's just like the force of pulling it. That's what I feel pulling at me to go away from this, to stop watching Star Wars movies and to go to sleep.
What kind of dog is it at this point? Are we talking, this is like more like a horse, it feels like, than a dog?
No, just a strong dog. Strong dog, but I'm stronger.
Patrick, what did you just do?
I just caught the lightsaber like I was Rey.
Okay, I thought you were having a dissociative break from reality.
Is it? And it feels like, well, also they made this deal where if we get over a certain amount, then we have to watch 40 hours of Arliss and 2 weeks from now. And so I feel like the good we've been doing is now going to make us hurt.
I don't think you'll recover in 2 weeks from this.
I'm inclined to agree.
JD, what's your opinion on this? What if, every Sunday for the next few weeks, we just watched a season?
I think that's not what the people want.
I think that's not.
I think
No,
you guys
they
have
want to
entered
see us hurt.
You've entered the stadium of the Running Man, and they're looking to see
The
you.
Thunderdome. We've entered the Thunderdome. We've entered the Thunderdome. We're in the Thunderdome now.
No,
The world is ending, and they
George,
put us in the Thunderdome.
George,
We put ourselves in the Thunderdome, and now they want us. Yeah.
George, this is a battle between the darkness and the light. There are those who want to see us suffer, and there are those who will pay money to keep us safe.
Not enough.
I think this is like the Running
we
Man.
only need we only need 100 people who want to hurt us. $100 worth of people want to hurt us, and there are those people. We don't have another $5,000 worth of people who want to see us not hurt.
We might.
We've maxed them out.
Can
Those people already donated.
Can I say this? Is that I've been in touch with George over the past few weeks, and there's been times where I've been legitimately concerned with how he's coping with everything.
I think we've all been a little worried about George. I mean, if we can flip over some cards, the main reason this was happening was like we felt like we need to do something for George.
Right.
Like, we need to really like rally George around the cause, give him a sense of meaning, give him a new creative project, let him like get engaged again.
Here's the issue, though.
Yeah.
Is that I felt like George was in a pretty good spot this past week.
In retrospect,
I think you guys have broken George.
You might have broken him worse than he was before.
Yes.
JD, this was George's idea.
Right,
not the Arliss thing. The Arliss thing wasn't my idea.
It was Gethard's idea.
Wait. Oh God, he'll never do it. That's the problem. I was gonna say, why don't we just make him do it? He won't.
Why did you guys agree to this Arliss thing?
Because at the time it felt insane that we would hit 75,000.
JD and then Robert Wool showed up, and now we have to do it.
Yeah, you have to. You can't not do it.
When Robert Wool showed up, it was so infectious. All reason went out the window. All self-protective instincts went out the window. It was Wool, baby.
This is the danger of celebrity.
Oh boy.
They have a power over us that is hard to walk away from the glowing light. He
has that it factor.
Now the electric zap that you're gonna feel is 40 hours straight of Arliss. This is like running a marathon, and then no. This is like doing an Ironman, and then 2 weeks later being like, oh, it's time to do an ultra marathon.
Oh yeah. God, Andy Blandy's right. Gethard's the Palpatine of this stream.
Oh my God.
He's been pulling the strings the whole time, and we didn't realize it.
Watto and George are a dyad. And Palpatine realized if we let him beat us, he wins. And if we let the anger take over and attack him, he also wins.
And I'm sort of like Finn, where in the beginning you thought I was going to be important, but by the end you realized I'm not.
You were just kind of asleep for a large chunk of the story, much like Finn.
I will say this, based on what I learned today for the first time of how that third movie ends.
The Geth speak.
The Geth speak.
If this is following Star Wars, Connor's going to end up as a limbless, burnt corpse.
Who the fuck is Connor? Who the fuck is Connor?
I don't recognize that name.
Sorry, George. Sorry, George.
But JD, that's not how Star Wars ends. That's how Star Wars ends its beginning.
It's first act.
And
first act.
And how it ends is very different. It ends with you saying you get to pick your own last name.
They're just people, sir.
I was referring to the movie Con Air.
Yeah, of course. No, the end of Star Wars, spoilers, is that you can pick your own username and your own avatar. You can be any lightsaber color you want. You can have any last name you want.
Oh, I also haven't seen that movie.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I was mispronouncing Cotner. I'm sorry.
Hey, JD.
Yeah.
You should watch the last movie with us.
No, I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to go to sleep.
No, you should.
I haven't seen it. So my Star Wars experience has been that, like I've said, there's sort of these mystery boxes that I can project into whatever they are that my childhood wants and dreams. And so that's why I didn't see the third movie, nor have I seen the ninth. And I'm sure they're fine movies, but I'm just right now. I live in my headcanon of what happens in them, and I'm perfectly satisfied with that.
Would you tell us what you think happens?
Yeah, I think things get bad, and our heroes, Finn, Ray, and Oscar Isaac, Poe Dameron, are in a really tough situation, and there's no way out. And then suddenly we whip pan to a door, and a boot busts through the wall. And who is it holding 2 guns that shoot lightsaber beams? It's Sindel from the Ewok movies.
Oh my God.
And she has spent the past decades, she's now like, I don't know, like several hundred years old, I guess. I don't know what the timeline is exactly.
No, she's like 40.
Yeah, she's 40, but she's been training. She is a machine of death. And she comes in and shoots lightsabers at the villains and takes things over, and then whisks Poe, Ray, Finn to Endor, where they live the happiest life you could imagine, filled with joy and celebration, and meals, fruits that you could never imagine in any world that we know.
Remember the pear you ate, George?
George, remember the
banana? I do. In the fruit dinner.
George.
The romantic fruit dinner? Yes. How could I forget it?
George, remember the pear.
Yeah.
Remember the pear. Remember the pear.
Remember the pear.
Remember. Yeah, there it is. Oh, look at that strong man just taking those vitamins down.
That's not
a healthy, strong man.
That's no Quibi. That's a BB. That's a big bite.
That's a big bite. That's a good big bite from our big boy, George.
George, we love you. You're so proud.
Good boy, George. Big bite.
And we fade out on all of our favorite Star Wars heroes celebrating.
Hey, guys, we have a guest.
Oh, yes. Let the guest in.
Oh
no.
Oh, Paul Scheer.
Paul Scheer. Oh my gosh.
Dude, 69, baby.
That's it, you know. I mean, I represent always. This is the way I roll.
Yeah.
I figured I would come in here now when you're on your edge of deliriousness. How is it going?
George is eating a pear.
Scheer, we still have 2 movies to go.
Paul, do you remember the scene in Attack of the Clones where Anakin and Padme have a romantic fruit dinner?
I do.
He uses the Force to slice a pear, and it flies across the table to her plate.
Well,
that's Star Wars.
I am currently watching the first 3. I'm on Revenge of the Sith with my 5-year-old right now, who's never seen it before, and I've gotten a lot of interesting perspective from him. Okay. I know that we're off those films, but I'm going to go back and maybe hear how it sounds through a 5-year-old's eyes.
I'd love to go back. I'd love to look back.
All right. Well, first of all, I think this is a kind of a common theme. Jar Jar is the funniest guy that he's ever seen, hands down.
One of the best comedians to ever do it.
Hands down.
He literally says, that guy, he looked at me and goes, that guy's funny. Like, I wasn't prompting him. That guy is funny. And we have been very disheartened that Jar Jar has not returned in any way. Like, we are waiting. He's like, well, we see him in this one. Will we see him in this one? And the only thing that my child seems to be obsessed with is seeing how Darth Vader gets to be all scarred up on his face. He just really wants to see the injury, the battle damage of Anakin.
Well, I have great news, because he'll get to see all of it.
we are just
every scar will be accounted for.
But yet no force healing there. All Obi-Wan had to do was just kind of touch him and give him back his leg or his scar or whatever.
Yeah.
Would have been fine. No.
They left them there to burn.
No.
I will say that watching the movies, the first 3 again, I was not as angry at them as I was at points.
Because I remember, Paul, seeing you on stage at the UCB Theater, Chelsea. I remember several times you in different shows, for whatever reason, telling the story about going to see The Phantom Menace at midnight and walking out of the theater and telling yourself, this has always stuck with me, telling yourself, it's so good that I can't even process how good it is. It feels bad.
Yeah, that was a tricky mind trick I played on I Jedi mind tricked myself. It took me 3 times before I kind of could register disappointment.
Sure.
And that was, and yeah,
it sounds like a good movie. It sounds like a good movie to me.
Sounds like a thinker.
Now you guys are in the middle of Force Awakens right now, or at the end of Force Awakens?
End. We're at the very end.
We're almost at the end of Force Awakens.
She's going to the island of Acto.
Oh, this is a classic scene. I love, and I wish they would do this more. Did you see when they edited together the end and the beginning as one solid piece? It's great. It's kind of perfect. I wish they would have just I would have loved that to be in the ending of Force Awakens. It would have been really fun
to just throw the lightsaber.
Well, I will say conversely, this is the experience I had with Phantom Menace. Like, yes, I had to see it 3 times before I could admit to myself 3 times in the same day. Midnight, then went back in the morning, then went back one more time because I bought all those tickets because I knew it was going to be momentous. And the other 2, I feel like I saw once and never even revisited. I bought them as physical media too, and I was like, I don't care.
Right.
Yeah. It's the same way I felt about the Matrix, the second 2 Matrix. I saw it. I'm going to buy it, but I'm not going to put this back in. There's never really a time. Like, I need to see Revolutions. Let me check out what's happening. But I saw the Rian Johnson film in a cocoon. I didn't have any. Jason Mantzoukas and I went together, and we walked out, and I loved it. And I was like, I gotta check what's going on Twitter. People on Twitter must be like, we've done it, and was then just totally beat down by the reaction online. I felt it was a really weird thing to kind of experience something on such a great level and then get totally like you're an idiot, like what your opinion is terrible and wrong.
That's a bummer. That's sad. That makes me sad.
But I don't know about you folks. I feel like I've been so eagerly looking forward to watching Last Jedi again. Like, part of what's been keeping me going through this live stream, even though I know it's going to end on a note I don't love as much, is I'm like, I will enjoy watching The Last Jedi at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time after being awake for 26 hours. I think I will. You shake your head, Kotner, but you would know. You've been taking naps.
By the way, I'm going to tell you, The Last Jedi will be great at 2 a.m. And this is why. I have a theory about The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi is the footage that they play at an Indian restaurant that you look at occasionally through your dinner and you go, that looks like a fun movie, but you never really want to sit there and watch the entire thing. Visually, it works. And I feel like it's going to be like, it's going to hit you in the right way.
I think
I've seen that movie 3 times as well.
I also think that there is a beautiful circle that you guys have built here in forcing yourselves through this walk through history, that you have explored every corner of this universe that you could in the past 20-something hours. And I think there will be a catharsis of seeing all of those tendrils that have expanded out, and maybe they don't all come back nice and cleanly, but you know the path that you've walked to get here. You've seen all of the characters and all the history. Yeah. And I think it'll provide a context to these last movies that maybe this is how they were supposed to be seen the whole time.
Maybe.
In one sitting?
In one singular sitting.
That was always George's contention.
Yeah.
Can we? No, go ahead.
Yes. Oh, go ahead. You can do your things. I don't want to interrupt.
I was just going to say, we should start Last Jedi.
Let's jump right into Last Jedi.
But
let's
also,
get these credits. Go to Last Jedi on Disney Plus.
Can you, Watto, tell Paul what's happening when we hit 75,000?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Can I provide a little context too? Because I'm going to hop out of here soon. And
okay,
Paul, just as a dear friend to George and Watto, and as a friend of yours, I'd like to ask just a quiet favor. Is that I feel like there is we're close to a emotional and psychological breakdown here that we've seen ebbing and flowing, and we're on a razor's edge.
Absolutely.
And I think you are probably going to be present for a moment that might break George psychologically.
Oh my gosh.
Watto will explain to you. And so my ask as a dear friend of George and Watto's is that you try to just help them emotionally through what's probably about to happen.
But also, Paul, you're coming in with a real burst of energy.
Yes.
I think you might be able to single-handedly help us avoid this crash.
When you said that your child liked Jar Jar Binks, I have not seen George's eyes light up like that in 20 hours or so.
It's a game changer.
And you know what? I have to say, watching it through a child's eyes who's very confused at these the prequels. It's a lot of Trade Federation talk, but there are things that are working. There are things that are really working. And I have to say, like, I have a lot of issues. I have a lot of issues with this last movie, and I've had a lot of issues with the first ones, but I've found a lot of redeeming qualities. I'm going to say one thing about the real redeeming quality about the first.
Let us start Last Jedi.
Yeah, ready? Okay, everyone have Last Jedi ready to go.